Welcome to Blue Mountain Yoga. We're excited you're here. We're in the midst of our isolation and quarantining, so we're going to bring to you a yoga for athletes with an emphasis on golfing. We're going to do lots of shoulders and arms in this class, specifically for golfers. We're also going to do lots of twists to help you with your twisting and other things that we put in our classes for athletes routinely, like abs and things like that, core work. If you would have a book or yoga blocks, you can get these on Amazon or Walmart. You would benefit from having a set of blocks or books, again, work. We're also going to ask that you have a towel or a belt to use as a yoga strap, and also perhaps a blanket to pad your knees. It's your class. We'll give you lots of modifications and want you to have a good time. So let's get started. We're going to sit on the earth, on the floor. I'm going to use my blanket to get my hips higher than my knees. And we're just going to start with a little arm work here for your shoulders to help you with your golf swings. And again, this is good for any athlete. So let's start with the right arm. It's your right, my left, and we're going to pull it across the shoulders. You want to come behind the elbow so you don't put tension on the elbow. Lift the back up nice and straight. You just take a little bit of a lengthening. We start with not a lot of time with this in the beginning, and then as we warm, get more. Here comes Libby Lou. She's my executive producer. You'll see her in the frame. And my elbow on this side and shoulders injured, so you'll see me kind of modify for what works for my body today. So we'll stretch here, lengthen here. Let's take the hands behind the back and open the heart. This is an anterior deltoid lengthening, anterior shoulder lengthening, as well as a pec opener, chest opener. You can tilt the head way back if that feels good to you. And let's lift the arms up, link them together, round the back, drop the neck. This gets into the traps, trapezius, a little bit of lat and shoulders. And rise. And let's put the hands together. I'm going to turn sideways. This is called eagle arms. I'm going to do the first round as a modification. You take the hands and put them together like this. Put the elbows together and rise the hands up to the chin. This gets into the traps and deltoids again. You can also do a full eagle where you take the right arm under the left and find this place right here. I could not do this at all when I started yoga, and through practice and lengthening of my muscles, I'm able to do it now. If you're in eagle arms, I want you to take the other side, place it under. If you're here, that's awesome. And release, shake it out. And we're going to come off of our bottom, and we're going to I want you to find your books or your yoga blocks right here. Again, we're still with the shoulders, and we're going to do shoulders over and over again to lengthen them. So I want you to sit back. This is a wide-kneed child's pose. You can sit on your blankets to pad the knees. If you don't have really open hips, your hips are going to be way in the air. The more you practice yoga, the better that gets. So we're going to take our hands out on our blocks, and this is against shoulders. And you're just going to push away, and you're going to let your upper body drop below. I'm going to come up so that you can hear me. You're going to let your upper body drop below as it's comfortable to you. So you're feeling that in the shoulders. Again, there's no amount of blocks or books that are too much, so if your shoulders are not open, you're welcome to stack blocks and do it like this. And just let everything fall, and you should feel that in the front of the shoulders. Take a couple more breaths here. And we're going to rise to a tabletop that looks like this. And let's do a little cat here. So round the back, drop the head, You will find this in all of our practices because it lengthens the back. And drop the belly to the cow. Begin to make this your own movement so that you're moving in a cat-cow at your own pace. Just warming and lengthening the back up a little. Again, we put this in all our classes. Walk the hands up the thigh bones. You're on your knees. I'm going to face you. And we're going to take another round at the arms or the shoulders. So take your right arm over, pull it one more time. Be sure you're not on the elbow. Take a couple of breaths. Put the belly in. And let's take the other side. I'm going to modify this because my shoulders jacked up. Another round of eagle arms. So find modified version like this, or right arm under left, lifting the elbows up to the chin, opening up in the back. Optimally, you want to hold a stretch at least 30 seconds, which is 5 breaths. You don't have a clock. And release other side, eagle arms, or modified eagle arms. And release. Let's take the hands behind us. One more time. Open the chest. Little bicep here also. You can take the head back if it feels good. And release. And we're going to go ahead and stand. So we're going to go ahead and do a walk through. Slide the right foot forward. Lydia's guarding us. And go ahead and stand. That's called a walk through. And we're going to come to standing. Libby's guarding us today. We're going to take a big inhale, lift the heart high. And let's swan dive. I'm going to take my feet apart, bend the knees, take a swan dive, let the head hang. Now roll to the top, lengthening the back. Hey, Libs. Inhale, lift high. Swan dive. You get a big hamstring here. Hang the head. Round the back to the top. Let's do a little bit more shoulder. So we're going to stand where we are. Take the knees and bend them. And you're going to take your right arm, it's my left, and begin to make circles to the back. Just warming up those shoulders. And do it at a pace that feels good to you. Good. Couple more rounds. Loosening, also helping the mobility in the shoulders. Shoulder girdle is one of the most complex joints in our body. And let's reverse that. So just take it the other direction. We do lots of these. And release. Let's go to the other side. So take your other arm and let's go backwards first. So you're going to take the other arm and you're going to begin to go backwards. My mobility is not that wonderful in this arm. So continue to make those circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's reverse it. Other direction. So you're using your left arm here. Other direction. Again, my arm is gimpy, so I'm modifying. This is really what yoga's about. Your body's needs. And let it go. Let's take the feet shoulder width apart. A little bit more shoulder mobility here. Take your hands and cup them like this. And we're going to begin to make a big circle with the arms. Just make that big circle I'm going to my left, perhaps you're going to your right. Again, girdle of the shoulder. Four more. 3, 2, and 1. Let's reverse directions. Take it to the other side. Enjoying that movement. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, let it go, shake the head. We're going to do that same movement, but this time you're going to add a squat here. You're moving your hips. So your hips are getting warm. We're going to go over to this side again. And just begin to move the hips. It goes like this. 10, 9, good. 5 more. 2, and 1. Let's go to the other side. Same thing. Bending those knees, generating heat, which the muscles love. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. We're going to move into twists. This practice has a lot of twisting in it because as you golf, you do that. So take your feet. Let's go wide-legged. So 3 to 5 feet here, the toes point at 12 o'clock. We're going to put the hands on the quads. I like to turn mine this way. This is a standing mad cat. So round back up, drop the head. Now bring the chest up to cow. So bottom goes back. Inhale, standing cat. And exhale one more time. Inhale, round the back. Let's hold this. Lengthening the back, drop the head. We're going to stay here and I want you to add a little side twist. I'm going to turn sideways. And that looks like this. So you're in a mad cat and you're very gently beginning to alternate the shoulder. You should feel that right here in this big back muscle. So quadratus levorum. And just with each twist, maybe your range of motion gets a little deeper here. Feels really good to me. Nice twisting motion. Find center, roll the back up. Big rolling motion. One more time, let's come back to shoulders. So, eagle arms again. Modified version here. Or right side under. Let's bend the knees, just a slight amount. Pull the hands up, maybe even pull them up higher this time. Find the breath. And other side, so other arm goes under. I'm going to find modified version because that hurts my shoulder. Find your breath. Tuck the bottom under. And release, shake it out. We're going to find a high lunge. That's hip flexor muscles. You guys use that with your twisting. So I'm going to turn sideways. Your feet are shoulder width apart. Slide the right foot. So you're going to come up on the tip of your toe. And I want you to come back to a crescent lunge. That looks like this. Take your hand on your left hip, pull it back so the hips are square. This works on ankle stability, which is extremely important when you're walking around to keep you from twisting an ankle. So hands to hips if balance is a challenge for you. Or bring the hands up and let's find eagle arms. So modified eagle arms, or I'm having a balance challenge, so I'm going to put my hands on the hips. So you can find eagle arms here, right side under if you'd like. Come low in the hip, feel that nice hip flexor. And we're going to step in. And let's take the left foot back, finding this pose on the other side. So find your what your body wants right here. Maybe you take eagle arms, maybe you take hands to hips for balance. Let's see if I can do eagle arms on this side. Lift the chest, lift the heart. And release, step in. I'm going to take my hands to my hips. And we're going to do some more twists, some standing twists here. I want you to find your blocks or your books, whatever you have to be using. And remember, there's no amount of blocks that are too much. This is a down dog with a twist in it that helps that whole back muscle back here. I don't do that easily, so I'm going to stack my blocks up quite a bit, or your books. And you're going to find a down dog, and that looks like this. Palms flat. We're going to start up on the toes, on the balls of the feet, and that looks like this for down dog. Now let's take our feet and take them all the way down. We do calf muscles in our Yoga for Athletes classes, so place your hands flat on the your heels flat on the floor. If you have lack of mobility, I want you to just stack those blocks up again, or books up. There's no amount. That feels really good on my shoulders. I can really get back in my shoulders there. All right, come up on the tips of the toes. And we're going to change this to the twist, which is a little harder. I want you to keep your right arm down on the block and take your left arm over and maybe reach out to your ankle. Maybe you can grab your ankle. I can only touch mine. It's a big twist in the back. And we're going to hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that hand off and find that down dog. Let's come up and down on the toes between the middle here. So come up and down, come back, onto the heels, finding those calf muscles, reach up, take it down. So let's take this twist to the other side. So left palm stays on the block, reach back and find the calf muscle, the ankle, finding that twist. You're looking up under your armpit for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3, 2, 1. Take the hands down, and I want you to bend the knees and walk in so that you're in a forward fold. Drop down, lengthen the knees out now, and I want palms flat. This gets into the hamstrings. So maybe palms are flat on the earth, maybe they're on blocks. Bend the knees, roll to the top, roll it up. Take a couple of breaths. And let's take the arms again. So your right arm, other way, other way. All right, left arm. Again, mine's jacked up, so I'm just gonna swing it. I think I tore my rotator cuff, not sure. All right, other way. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last time standing, take that right arm over. How much can you lengthen that delt, that shoulder muscle? Other way. Eagle arms, right side under. Modify if you'd like. How lengthened, how much can you get into those shoulder muscles? Other side under. It feels better for me because I'm warmer. And release. We're going to take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. So you're going to drop into a forward fold. We're going to step back to a plank. I want you to step back to a plank. I want you to push away from the mat. Push, push, push. Push the heels back. Look right there on your mat. For 4, 3. Ignite everything. 2 and 1. Drop the feet. We're going to find some low lunge twists here. I'm going to stack my blocks up quite a bit here. I don't know how open your hips are, but I'm going to use a lot of blocks here so that we're safe. Slide your right foot forward. I'm going to slide my left, but you slide your right foot forward. And let's come into that low lunge first. I want you to look at this. This should be lined up. Ankle and knee are lined up. You slide the back leg back. We're going to lift this back leg so that you're in a runner's lunge. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you, if your hips aren't wide open, again, you stack your props up until it feels good to your hip flexor muscles. Your back should be nice and straight. We're going to add on here. We're going to add a twist. So take your right arm on the block, take the left shoulder up. Let's take this hand on the small of the back and twist. So it's going to look like that. I'm going to turn around so I'm not, I don't have my back to you, so I'm going to right foot forward. So that should look like this. This is a big back twist. You guys do a lot of twisting. You're opening here. You can take your arm up if you like. I like the twist I get here. For 4, 3, you just come lower. 2, and 1. Let's swap feet. So slide the other leg forward. Set up your ankles and your knees first. Ankle and knee lined up, and then slide that leg back. And we're going to come up again. So come up into runner's lunge. Maybe your runner's lunge is low. Again, it's about how comfortable you are. The back should be straight. Take the left arm on the block and send the right arm up so that you're in that lunge twist. Take the hand around the back. Lengthening. Lengthening, finding the twist. Really working into that quadratus laborum. And release. Let's slide that leg back. And let's find child's pose. Again, wide knee child's pose. Slide your blocks out or your books out, whatever you're using. Get into the shoulders here. Let that anterior shoulder open. So you're leaning in. Take a couple of breaths here. Couple more breaths. Inhaling. Exhaling. All right, come out of that child's pose. You were here. Slide your blocks away. We're going to go ahead and come on the belly, on your stomach. So go ahead and come up on your stomach, down on your stomach. These are a couple of things for shoulders again. Lift your hands. You're going to hover your hands, and you're going to lift the hands up for 10. Hover the hands. 9, 8, 7 more, 6, and 5, 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Push into plank. So you can push to tabletop and then to plank. Push away from the mat for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to do one more set, and then we'll close, of low lunges for your hips. And we're going to add some shoulders with them. So I want you to come back into your low lunge. So I'm sliding my right foot forward first. Hands on the block so that you're stable. Come into that low lunge. Leave the right hand on the block and begin your shoulder mobility again. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. So left foot slides forward. I'm going to turn around. So you got a lot going on here. You got hip flexors going on. You got shoulder mobility going on. So sink in and begin to find that mobility with the shoulders. I'm going to do it this way. This is my jacket shoulder. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let the hand drop. Step that left foot back. And let's find cat-cows again here. Lengthening, dropping the head. Making it dynamic. Always moving with breath. We're going to sit on our bottom. Remember, you can always sit on the block to get your hips higher. And we're going to take our hands onto our shoulders. And just a little bit more shoulder work here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's take the shoulders out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring the hands down to the thigh bones. Take a big inhale, lift. Hands through heart center space. Bow chin to chest. And think of 5 things that you're grateful for today. People, places, or things. Can be little, can be big. And thank you for joining us today for this Yoga for Athletes at Blue Mountain Yoga. We've done several things here. We've done lots of shoulder mobility exercises. We've done hip flexor exercises. We didn't do quite as much hamstring as I do in other classes because I wanted to really focus on twists and things. Click that you like it and subscribe to our channel and let us know what you need. Namaste and thank you for your time.